Hey yo, this is your boy Mac 11. This one's for the road.
Yo, I go by the name of Melody Napoleon, and this is one for the road.
This is Rinse, and this is one for the road. Shout out to MC. Let's get it.
So you're from Lagos?
Yeah, I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
What can you say about Lagos, man?
Yeah, Lagos is a beautiful city, but there's a lot of like if you can survive in Lagos, you can survive anywhere in the world. Like Lagos is an amazing place. It has talented people, got crazy things happening there. Like there's a lot of hardships. There's a lot of success going on as well. It depends on what you want. But like Lagos is one of the developed cities in Nigeria, so there's a lot of population in Lagos. A lot of people move to Lagos to chase their music career, to boost their businesses and stuff and all that, because Lagos has a lot of people in it. So Lagos is actually amazing. I kind of lived in Lagos for a bit, but yeah, it was actually a good start for me. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You grew up in Lagos. You were born in Lagos.
Now I was born in Ibadan, or your state. Yeah, like it's not really a popular state. It's more like Bayswater, like all these mini suburbs in Australia. People don't even talk about them. Yeah, I don't think they're ever gonna get popular. But yeah, nice. So I grew up in Ibadan for like a lot of years, and I moved to Lagos. Yeah, to change my music and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, if you want to succeed in music, you gotta be in Lagos. Like, if you're not in Lagos, then you're out the market. You have to be in Lagos. It's very important.
So, all right, we'll kick it off there. This is another one for the road.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing artist here today, coming from Lagos, Nigeria, from Nigeria itself.
Yeah.
Smashing the Australian scene, the Afrobeat scene here. Very, very talented artist, amazing performer, stylist, promoter, all round entrepreneur. We have Big Mozatti in the house. Thank you very much for coming and blessing the studio and the one for the road.
No, you're welcome. I got you, my brother.
Yeah, man. So So for people that don't know, you were saying before that you were born in Nigeria itself.
Yeah, Nigeria. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And what was the place that you're at, and what was it like growing up there?
I grew up in Oyo State, like Ibadan. It was crazy, very quiet. Like, music wasn't really doing well for me. I was really like going backwards in music when I was based there. But it's a very quiet state. I think it's good for like antisocial people, like introverts and stuff. Yeah, yeah. But it wasn't really good for me, so I stayed there for a while, and I moved to Lagos to chase my music career and stuff. Yeah.
What's a good, like, what's the vibe like there? What's the scene there? Is it just humble, big, like, is it developed? Is it not so much developed?
Compared to Lagos, it's still starting, but it's actually a nice place, like very beautiful. So Ibadan is known for like, it has like ancient like backgrounds and stuff. Like, it's a Yoruba land, so they have a lot of good theaters you could go to, like for tourists and stuff. They have a lot of I didn't really pay attention to their culture when I was there, but it's actually a beautiful place for Yoruba people. Okay,
so how do you say it again?
Ibadan. Yeah, okay. or your state. Yeah.
So I'm learning like Port Harcourt, Sierra. It's like a state itself. Yeah.
So Ibadan is the capital, then Oyo State is the state. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so when you were there, were you there with your family?
Yeah, I was living there with my family because I grew up there. Like, I was born there. If I had a chance, I would choose to be born in Lagos. But yeah, I was born there, so I had no choice.
For sure. Were your parents born there?
My parents were born like in the eastern part of Nigeria, like in Anambra State. Yeah, it's like
your mother and your father?
Yeah, my mother and my father. They're actually from the same village. That's actually a good coincidence. They're from the same village.
And
of them,
yeah. And their family has been living there for generations before? Yeah,
their family has been living there. So because my father had a business in Oyo State, so when he married my mom, she had to move there. And he raised more of us there in Ibadan, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your dad doing? What kind of business was he doing?
He was doing like a electrical business, like selling electronics and electrical. Yeah, is actually a business that Igbo people, because I'm from the Igbo tribe of Nigeria. It's actually a business that Igbo people are fond of doing, like selling electronics, yeah, TVs, fans, generators, like solar system and all that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
my father was actually into that.
Real businessman, really.
Yeah, he was actually a very serious businessman.
Do you think you learned a lot of your business practices from your dad?
I didn't really, to be honest, I don't know I never met my dad that I can recall of. Yeah. So he died when I was 3. So I only know his story from what my mom told me and what people told me. But he was actually a great man and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, God bless him, you know. That he's
man.
yeah. Well, you're definitely a businessman. Every time I talk to you, it's always business, you know, we're always making moves. So
And that's what my mom loves me. Like I took every business mindset from him and all that. Like, so I feel like I'm a reincarnation of him. Like, yeah. And even my family, I'm the most loved son or person there because they feel like I replaced him on earth. So yeah, I'm just doing what he couldn't achieve on earth. Yeah.
yeah, wonderful, man. That's awesome, man. Okay, cool. So you went to Lagos when you were how old?
I was I can't really, that's a long time ago. I think I was 19 or I think 22 or something when I was in Lagos. Yeah, something like
And then you touched down to Lagos and you were just amazed, right? You just saw
I was amazed. It was really like I was so humbled and shy when I came in first, but I started going to this place called Lekki. So Lekki is where like all the big musicians live in, just like in America, like California and Miami and all that. This is where like these top dogs, Rick Ross and stuff live in. Yeah. So Lekki is where you have Whiskey, Davido, P Square, Don Jazzy, and all these big dogs. That's where they used to
Oxlade.
live. Yeah, Oxlade, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he lives in Lekki, but I think yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that particular part. Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
Cyril Liu, he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was like a different world.
So it's a different world. Like I used to catch the bus like every day. Like I didn't have a car. It's really hard in Nigeria. So I would literally catch the bus early in the morning, 5 a.m. I have to be stuck in traffic just to go record and make music. Yeah. So I do that every day. Like I make songs every day.
So you're making music, you started making music when you were about early 20s?
Yeah, early 20s. Yeah. I've been making music for a long time. Like I stop, I come back into the game and stuff. Yeah.
And what made you get into music when you were growing up? You heard artists, you know, what kind of got you into like creating music?
What got me into music was actually I love to write. So back in secondary school, I used to write rap songs and stuff. I used to mimic rappers like they called Nigga Roll, Tupac, Notorious B.I.G. and stuff. I literally made a song about Notorious B.I.G. when he died. So I wrote this song back in secondary school, and I thought it was a joke. There was this guy like he came from America.
Take photos.
Yeah. He came from America and the guy likes to brag a lot. So he was like, I'm the best rapper in school. And he's like, I was like, are you sure? And I brought out my book, which I wrote like 3 songs and stuff. And I started freestyling to my mates. And they're like, this guy is really good. Even the guy that brags a lot, because he likes to look down on people, started hyping me up. And ever since that day, it's been like magic and stuff. Like, because I grew up, I went to a boarding school, like those schools like where you can't see your parents. You literally stay in school for like 7 months. Then you guys have breaks where you go back to your parents and stuff. Yeah. So it was more like a miracle. Like everybody started telling everybody, I've heard about this guy Mozatti. I heard this guy rap and stuff. Like this guy's actually amazing, he's talented. Then during our exam period, people will be paying me to come and rap for them. I'm like, I'm going to fail. They're like, nah, I'm going to pay you, come and rap for me. So people just pay me to entertain them. And that's how there's a guy called Luz D. Shout out to him. He's the one that made me like believe in myself and stuff. So the guy then he had to teach me how to sneak out of school to go make music. It's crazy. Yeah, because the guy was a notorious, actually was a camp guy, but notorious as well. So he taught me how to sneak out of school. I think he helped me with some money. Like he taught me how to make money as well. And that's how we start going to studio and we start making music and stuff. So whenever I make a music outside of school and I bring it back into the school, like everybody go crazy.
Yeah, amazing.
Everybody sing my songs. Like when we do like end of the year parties, the school called me to come and perform and stuff. So everybody was talking about me. When I got into uni, the same thing. Like I feel like I have this grace from God. Like I'm just born to shine.
Yeah.
Like it's not today. It's more like a miracle for me. Like you get
Yeah, you can tell,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So what were you studying in uni?
in uni, I was doing computer science.
Computer science. Sounds, technical. So what did you learn in that course with computer science? What were they teaching you there?
They were teaching us how to like. I was not really a serious kid in school. Come on, this paparazzi stuff and all that. Like I'm walking to school and people are like shouting Mozatti, Mozatti. Like so, it got into my head. I felt like I was whiskey and stuff. So I don't really go to classes and stuff. I find a way to like bribe the teachers and just I don't. Yeah. But I really love computers. That's why, I love them, technology. That's why I wanted to do. I was going to do theater arts, which is more about music and acting, movies and stuff. But my family won't let me do it because they believe doing music is a devilish behavior or whatever. Like it's an African thing.
Yeah, it's not assured. Like if you do computer science, you're definitely going to get a job.
A job, yeah. So
whereas music,
yeah.
You might not get a job.
Exactly. So they never believed in the music. They're like, nah.
Yeah. So
they're like, we know you're talented, but go and become a doctor.
Yeah.
Or go and become a lawyer or like
Dr. Mozatti.
Yeah, exactly. That would be crazy.
How did you get the name Mozatti?
Actually, I stole the name. I think. Yeah, I was very notorious in school. So my senior brother told me about a guy in his school that goes by the name Mozatti. And I heard that name, I was like, this actually sounds like a nice name. And he told me, you like to steal people's thing, don't steal this name. And he was literally, so it happened like a joke, 3 months after because when those guys found me out in school, I didn't have a name yet. So they were like, you should take your music serious. So I didn't know any name to use. So I remember the name my senior brother told me about. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use this name Mozatti. And that's how.
Yeah. I mean, everything good comes from things borrowed,
Yeah, borrowed, yeah. So
don't reinvent the wheel, they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, a nice name. You already got your music going on.
Yeah.
May as well go. People spend a lot of time thinking about a name. You got to just get it. But it's a good name. It sounds like a Bugatti or something.
Yeah, Bugatti. So when the name got popular, because that guy wasn't a musician, the one in my brother's school.
He wasn't.
So, people loved that name. So he was popular in his school with the name. So when I started getting popular in my states, the guy heard is like, who is that nigga? And he went to tell my brother to come threaten me that I should stop using his name. I was like, nah, fuck this guy. He can't do anything. So I've been using that name. And I told my brother, watch, I'm going to get bigger than that guy. And even people forget about him.
Yeah.
Actually, I did it. So
I think there's a bunch of TMCs out there, transport motor companies, this and that. But I mean, at the end of the day, you put your name on there, you put the work in, it becomes you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So did you finish your studies, or did you just I just got to do music?
I dropped out a lot of times. I tried doing criminology. I dropped out. I tried. I think I finished the computer science. I finished that one. Yeah, but criminology, I couldn't focus in school. It was a little bit
I think it's good that you at least attempted it.
Yeah.
Because you probably learned some things that you use now.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah. Because I know you're a whiz on all the social media, everything. You got a huge following, so maybe some of that came into play.
Yeah.
So when was the first time you went into a studio, and what was that experience like?
It was shit. There was a guy that was popping in my states. I literally had to pay that guy 500 now. That's a big money back then.
US?
No, Nigerian. Naira.
How much does $500 get you in Nigeria at that time?
No, that was 500 Naira. So 500 Naira, let's say it's $1, yeah?
Yeah, but in comparison, can you buy a meal for 500?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, back in the days. Yeah.
How many dinners can you buy with 500?
You can buy you can buy breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
So it wasn't too much though.
It wasn't too much, but for me it was a big money. I couldn't even afford.
So you didn't even have money, even though your parents had some success. They didn't.
No, my dad died, so he lost everything. Yeah, everything was because they were spending money to treat him and stuff.
I mean, you were catching the bus at 5 a.m. If you had money, you wouldn't be. You were driving yourself, right?
Exactly. No, I never had.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool, man.
back in my high school days, like I'm very notorious. Like I did crazy stuff. Like I sneak out of the school. I go buy. It's more like selling drugs, but I didn't sell drugs. I go buy like contraband and I bring it into the school and I resell it to people. And I used to make good money. Like
So use the money that you make and you'd invest it in the music, the studio.
yeah, I used to invest in the music. I had no money.
Yeah, but the first session you went to was no good. Why was it bad?
I was talented, but I was like frightened. Like I didn't know how to like sing on the mic. I didn't know how to follow the tempo. Like I was just like rapping faster than the beats. Like, yeah. So the guys were like telling me, you sound good, but you need to calm down and stuff. So it was actually messy. Yeah. The first recording section. But I think the second, ever since, because I'm a fast learner, ever since I did the second section, it was amazing. And yeah.
Do you have those tunes recorded?
Yeah, I got them. I don't know if I still have them on my phone. Maybe it should be on my Google Drive or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So after you went in the studio, you were really inspired after hearing yourself in the headphones, because it's different in the studio to you just practicing without the headphones in the studio. What did it feel like to hear yourself back once you started making better tracks?
I felt so happy. Like I brought my song into the school and everybody was going crazy. Like literally, then we had like this hall. I'll give them my USB. We'll plug the USB to the speaker and they play my music, because when I record my music outside of school, I have to play it for people to listen to. And once they play the song, everybody goes crazy. I was like, damn, this shit's for me, man. Yes.
It's a good feeling, man, when you put the work in. And
I couldn't even believe I was the one singing. I'm like, yeah, but
yeah, amazing. All right, cool. So you're in your early 20s, you're in Lagos, and you've got all these ideas. You're hearing the Afrobeat scene is just coming up at this time.
yeah.
Was Burna Boy wasn't around. There was Wizkid.
Burna Boy wasn't around then. There was Whiskey.
Well, he's around, I think, but they weren't popular.
I think, I don't know. Yeah.
Who were popular? Who were popular back when you were coming up?
That was Two-Face, Don Jazzy. Tiwa Savage was still like in the early stages. That's when she dropped one of her like her new singles like Eminado and stuff. There was P-Square. P-Square was doing crazy then. Like I wanted to be like P-Square. Like those guys were international. And Africa was like, Nigeria was a little bit backwards in music. Like when I used to do music, Nigerians don't love Afrobeat. They were like listening to R&B music, Rihanna, Beyonce. They never believed in Afrobeat. Like I witnessed it a lot. I literally go to the shops to go buy like Afrobeat mixtapes and play it by myself. And I had another mate that loved Afrobeat, just me and him. Most people didn't like Afrobeat then. So listening to Afrobeat was a little like, it's more like a joke, you get me?
I was talking to my friend, Serge Crazy's friend, and he said, he passed away, but rest in peace. But he said that there was big political issues with Afrobeat, with artists. It wasn't allowed. Is that part of it? Do you think there was a reason, like political reason, where people didn't want to kind of support Afrobeat artists because technically it wasn't actually favored by the government, or was it just because they didn't believe in the artists?
Do you mean politics from the American industry or like
from the Nigerian government?
There was not really any politics. I feel like the big guys then were not really. They were actually focused on building themselves, which is fine. Like P-Square was, because like Michael Jackson of Nigeria, like they're not gonna have time to build anybody or like help anybody. Like they were focusing on their brand. Like people were literally worshiping these guys like during their days. Like they're still popping now, but like back then it was crazy. P-Square, the band went off, man. The band was actually like, the band dropped a song, the whole Nigeria goes crazy. The girls, the guys, his mixtape sells like mad. Don Jazzy was more of a producer. Don Jazzy was singing then, but was still like a producer. Don Jazzy has been talented from day one. Don Jazzy was doing good. There was Nato C. There was there's a lot of artists, like a lot of them.
So you said that they were selling their mixtapes. They weren't actually selling albums or so. It was more just underground sales. Was it like CDs?
Back then when I was doing music, there wasn't really all this social media distribution. No, come on. When you drop your song, you go to, there's this place called Alaba in Lagos. You you take your music there and like print a lot of CDs and sell it to people by yourself.
Physical copies.
Yeah, or maybe you give it to like a marketer to market it for you, and you don't even know how much they sold and stuff. You just, I think you go and they pay you off or something. Yeah.
Wow.
I got scammed. I was not making money from music. I got scammed a lot. Like, there was this man I met. He told me he was going to help me. This man took my song, made a lot of CDs and was selling them without my permission. I didn't even know. People had to tell me. When I called him, he lied to me, hung up the phone on me and stuff. So
Yeah. No, it's not easy, man, coming up, especially as a upcoming artist, you know, and you can't track the sales.
we can't. There was no like, everything was done physically. Like, there was no like digital platforms to sell your songs now. Like, you literally have to, even all those flavor and stuff, they were doing the same thing. The music were being sold in this so-called Alaba. Like, it's a very big shopping complex. Like, yeah.
So yeah,
Biggest in West Africa.
we'll get into that, like taking advantage of the artist. We'll get into that, man, because that sounds like, you know, it happened from the start, and then it can still happen till in 2023.
Yeah, it still happens now.
You know,
But yeah.
But I guess you've experienced that a long time ago, so you must have built some resilience to people and always pushing forward. I think that's a big part of being an artist.
No,
so
of
like,
course, yeah.
yeah, okay, you did me wrong. I'm gonna keep going. And eventually those people fall off. Like that guy probably selling your CDs, man. I don't know, like...
Now he can't even talk to me now. Like,
Yeah. Can't he?
he can't talk to me. No, like one thing in life, I always believe that if you wrong me, I'm going to get better than you. I'm going to leave you where you wronged me and I'll move on.
Yeah, same, man. I feel you, bro.
Yeah, I had a crazy start. Like, even I used to write songs for people before. There's a point where I stopped making music and I became a songwriter. I can't mention names because we had a contract, but I was writing songs for some people. They used the hell out of me. Like, they would promise to pay me. I'll go to a expensive studio because I wanted to make a pop, like a big song, like a well-produced song. I'll go to a big producer, make a song, thinking somebody I wrote music for is going to pay me. And when I start asking for my money, they refuse to pay. They're like telling me we're going to tag you on Instagram. Then there was no streaming platforms. I'm like, how am I? They'll just lie to you. They're going to make you popular, and you're just going to keep believing that. Yeah. But they would never pay you.
Yeah. So you've grown up in a humble city, and then you went to Lagos, and then, you know, you're still working, you're grinding it out, you're building this resilience. People are ripping you off.
Yeah.
They're doing you wrong. People are telling you you're super talented. You're dropping out of uni because you're following your music. What was your mindset like at that time? Like, what were you thinking that, can you really do this? Did you ever doubt that this could be, because your dad was a successful businessman.
Yeah.
And you said that, you know, your family's very proud of how you are now. Did you ever think, shit, like maybe the music isn't for me?
I thought it was for me, but I was like, definitely this flavor whiskey, and they had their own challenges. So I know how to study people. I know how to make researches and stuff. So I did researches about a lot of artists, and I found that they went through this hard time. So I'm like, maybe it's my own thing. Yeah, I just have to go through it. I never thought this music is not for me because I would have stopped long time ago. I had financial issues. I had bullying issues. I had crazy experience. People were starting, like, people would tell me you're a good musician. Literally, they'll bring me into the studio, write a whole song for an artist, do the whole freestyling, do everything. They'll be like, oh, we'll tag you on Instagram. they use this word.
Tag you on Instagram? Fuck off, man.
They use this word, we go blow you, and you smile.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like when they say we'll go blow you, it's like, we're going to make you popular.
Yeah, one thing you've never said to me, you never said, hey, Tim, when I blow up, I'll take you with me, or I'll blow you up with, you know. You've never said that because you know that doesn't mean nothing, bro.
That means nothing.
Yeah, man. All these artists, they say, oh, like, Tim, you know, when I get popular, man, you know, you're gonna be the videographer, you're gonna be this, that. And I go, bro, like,
that's fake. If anybody tell that's fake lies. When they get big, they'll forget about you.
Yeah,
well, now you just have animosity with people, like, for no reason. Don't make promises you can.
Yeah, it's just leverage. It's just to get something for free or for low cost. Yeah. So you said a bit of bullying and things like that. Can you tell us about like how people treated you? You know, like how they tried to make you feel.
Bullying is just music wise. I know back then, I knew how to network. Like, I'll find ways to get Flavor's manager's number. I'll find ways to get P Square manager's number. I'll literally call these guys. I'll be like, that's embarrassing, man. I'll be like, my name is Mozatti. Can you sign me? They'll literally just hang up the phone on me and like, I got those.
There's a drink for that, man. Yeah. That's great. Like, bro, people don't hang up the phone here in Australia, but they hang up their conversation before they hang the phone up.
Yeah, this one they'll just
just hang it up.
They'll just hang it up. There's a guy called Ari Song. I wouldn't tell you like, but yeah, I was talking to the manager. The manager was like just lying to me, like saying something like, that was the little was going in and in with me, like saying I can help you, come to my office in Alaba, we'll do this. Like it was all scam.
How do you mean by scam? Do you think like they bring you over and they just record you and then take your music?
No, scam. They'll just tell me like, we'll make you popular. They'll invite me to their office. They'll be like, pay us this whooping amount of money. Let's say, for example, 1.5 million, or like, we'll promote your songs. Like, where am I going to get that money from? You get me? Meanwhile, the easiest way to make someone popular is to get your artist to do like maybe a free collaboration or like maybe even charge a little bit less. And that, yeah. But they wouldn't tell me those main secrets. They'll just be like, oh, give us 2 million naira. We're gonna promote your songs and stuff.
They probably saw how well how popular you are.
Yeah.
You're making money.
Yeah.
Maybe they can make money off you.
No. Then I wasn't making money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just something they do to extort like young and upcoming artists and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just said like bring this amount of money would make.
They probably saw the scene in the Afrobeat scene and saw it was bubbling, popping off, and they're like,
then it was going crazy. Like there were a lot of Olamide, all these guys were doing good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now maybe a few years later, you're still in Nigeria. So maybe 25. You're still there. You're still grinding. You're trying to make it work.
Yeah. Most times in Nigeria, I was doing more of songwriting. I would do music. It's going to get noticed. The buzz goes down. Towards it, I never got like big in Nigeria. Like, yeah, there's a lot of competitions in Nigeria. Like, there are millions of artists there. Like, before it gets to your time, like, come on.
Yeah.
You might get big for 3 months and next minute somebody kicks you out of the way and rise up. I don't even know the secret of Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Wizkid because these guys are never going down. Like, never. I don't see them going down anytime soon.
Yeah. They've probably been, as you're saying, been through the same things and learned from that.
Yeah, they definitely have a source that we don't know about, and they will never tell you that source because if they tell you that source, then we're not going to have top 3 Afrobeat artists.
Yeah.
We're going to have top 50. So, yeah.
All right, man. So we're here with Mozatti for a One for the Road, and he's given us the lowdown in the early, the maybe 2010s. Was it around 2010? 2007.
I wish I recorded all this stuff, but
the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? And he's let us know a lot about the come up, the grind, the hustle, you needed, within Nigeria. So I think we're going to have to divide this up into 2 parts, man, because I'm going to bring it over to Australia.
Yeah.
But make sure we'll continue this on today, but we'll divide this into 2. So make sure you subscribe and follow Mozatti on all social media platforms.
Yeah.
And where can they find you on the internet one time?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok as well, YouTube, everywhere. So yeah, make sure you follow Mozatti, and we'll be back for part 2. Stay tuned. This is One for the Road. Shout out Dennis on the cameras and Malin here too, getting the shots right. And man, peace out.